Hello and welcome into Tonight's News. His Majesty the King stresses the urgent need for intensified international efforts to secure an immediate halt to Israel's attacks on Gaza. His Majesty the King is scheduled to participate in the 3rd Global Disability Summit in Berlin tomorrow. And Israel's latest attacks on Gaza have killed at least 42 Palestinians and injured over 180 others. Welcome again. His Majesty the King discussed key regional developments with Albanian Prime Minister Edi Rama. In a phone call, the King stressed the urgent need for intensified international efforts to secure an immediate halt to Israel's attacks on the Gaza Strip, restore the ceasefire in all its phases, and resume the delivery of humanitarian aid. Reaffirming Jordan's stance, King Abdullah emphasized that peace and stability in the region remain unattainable without a just solution to the Palestinian issue, one based on a two-state solution that guarantees the full legitimate rights of the Palestinian people. The call also covered bilateral relations and ways to strengthen them in various fields. His Majesty King Abdullah is scheduled to participate tomorrow in the 3rd Global Disability Summit, which is jointly organized by the Jordanian and German governments and the International Disability Alliance and will last for 2 days in Berlin. The summit serves as a global platform aimed at enhancing the lives of persons with disabilities, particularly in developing countries, and mobilizing international efforts to ensure their inclusion worldwide. Over to the Gaza Strip, at least 42 Palestinians have been killed and over 180 others injured in Israel's strikes during the past 24 hours. Earlier today, 4 civilians were killed and several others were injured in Israeli airstrikes in the central Gaza Strip. The health ministry in Gaza said over 1,040 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza since Israel resumed large-scale strikes on March 18th. It also reported that the overall death toll had reached nearly 50,400 since Israel's offensive began in October 2023. Meanwhile, UNICEF said Israel's renewed offensive in Gaza has reportedly left at least 322 children dead and 609 wounded in the Palestinian territory just in the past 10 days. In a statement, the UN Children's Agency said the figures include children who were reportedly killed or wounded when the surgical department of Al-Nasser hospital in southern Gaza was hit in an attack on March 23rd. UNICEF said most of these children were displaced and sheltering in makeshift tents or damaged homes. The agency called for an end to hostilities and for Israel to end its ban on humanitarian aid entering Gaza, which has been in force since March the 2nd. In Lebanon, an Israeli airstrike killed 4 people, including a Hezbollah official in Beirut's southern suburbs, further testing a shaky ceasefire between Israel and Iran-backed Hezbollah. The Lebanese Ministry of Health said the 4 people killed included a woman and that 7 others were wounded. Lebanese President Joseph Aoun condemned the latest airstrike, calling it a dangerous warning that signals premeditated intentions against Lebanon. Lebanese Prime Minister Nawaf Salam said the strike was a flagrant breach of a UN Security Council resolution upon which the ceasefire was based and the ceasefire agreement. The United States military launched a series of air attacks on Yemen overnight, targeting Houthi rebels. Strikes hit an area near the capital Sana'a, as well as the northern province of Sada early today, as the U.S. extended a bombing campaign against targets in Yemen that began in mid-March and has killed dozens of people. The Houthi-affiliated Al Masira TV reported that U.S. forces launched 15 raids on the northern province of Sada. The Houthis said the recent wave of U.S. bombardments has killed at least 61 people in Yemen since they started on March 15th. Thank you so much for your time.